Well, hello there. Let's make some homemade pasta sauce.
Delicious. Delicious. Can you smell the aroma? Yeah. From Kwachi West Kitchen. Yeah. Delicious. Yeah. Delicious.
So I have here some tomatoes. These are aroma tomatoes, quite a huge amount. I also have these fresh basil. I have 3 red bell peppers, a few jalapenos right here. This is actually 8 pounds, almost 9 pounds of plum tomatoes or Roma tomatoes. I also have a combination of Vidalia onions and 1 red onion, 3 cloves of garlic. This is pasta sauce, of course. You want this to be as garlicky as possible. So I'm just going to get my ingredients ready and then we'll start. I have my garlic here. Just going to crush them. Lots and lots of garlic for sure. Just gonna smash them, make it easy to peel. Garlic is always going to be according to your taste. This is actually a lot of sauce that I'm making, and we like garlic, so this is perfect for us. You could always try to use as much as you think you like. So I'm going to peel my onions. Now I'm going to give this a rinse. Onions all washed. Just going to chop them. I'm going to be transferring my ingredients into this baking dish. I'm cutting up my jalapenos to go in there as well. I always like a little bit of spice, so I put this in here. Feel free to omit that if you feel like the spice is not going to work for you. So my basil, I'm just going to also just pull the leaves and add them in here. Is it a true Italian recipe if you don't have that much basil? I'm going to cut up my bell peppers. Just want to trim the seeds out, just like this. And then you go. Now I'm just going to chop up my peppers, just a rough chop. I'm going to transfer the peppers into my pan as well. Now I'm going to cut up my tomatoes and deseed them. You want to just cut a tomato in half, and you can actually just squeeze out the seeds. Or you could also use a spoon to just get all the seeds out. Whichever way works better for you. I think squeezing out works better. So I'm going to repeat this until everything is done. So squeezing, scraping, whatever works for you. And as much as possible, I want to get rid of all the seeds, so scraping works better in that regard. All done. Just look at the amount of seeds that I was able to get out of this. Gonna pour my tomatoes over the rest of my veggies. And my seeds I'm going to just strain. I definitely want the juices, but I don't want the seeds. So doing this assures me that I get all the goodness. So this is all the juice that we got. 2 cups of juice. Gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm also going to add some black pepper, some extra virgin olive oil, generous drizzle, about 1/3 of a cup. I'm also going to pour on it the juices of my tomatoes. I'm just going to toss everything. Definitely a lot going on in here. It's all going to work out, cooked to perfection. I've preheated my oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to let this cook in there for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Beautifully cooked. Just look at this, all this gorgeousness. Smells so good. Beautifully charred. Just look at this. So very well roasted, beautifully charred. Just look. Peppers, garlic, onions, pretty much everything in here beautifully cooked. And the smell, you need to be here to just know for yourself. Smells so good. Going to transfer this into my food processor. I love pasta sauce that has roasted veggies. Even when I buy it from the grocery store, I normally would get one that has roasted tomatoes, roasted veggies, I should say. So if I'm making it at home, you bet I'm going to add it in here. I'm going to add about 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar in here. Makes the taste of your sauce so good. Now I'll cover and blend. Beautifully chopped. So I don't want this to be smooth. I want this to be chunky, just like this for my pasta sauce. And so this is beautifully done. And I'm going to just pour this into a bowl, blend the rest, and then we jar them all together. Just look at this. You need to be here to smell it. So good. I'm going to pour everything into a bowl so I can blend the rest. And then we can mix it all together. I definitely got a lot of juice, and I'm not wasting it at all. I like my sauce to be thin anyway, because by the time you're done cooking the meat and everything, most of the time you need to add some water. So pour that all here, give it a stir. I'm going to blend the rest and then add it. Going to add the rest in here. Sauce beautifully made. Homemade pasta sauce could never be this better. And now I'm just going to transfer into containers. And no, we're not cooking this any further. It is all cooked beautifully, perfectly in the oven. I'm just going to transfer this into containers. And if you want to can it, you could can it, but I just freeze it.
Delicious. 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 Can you smell the aroma? Yeah. From Kwachiwa's kitchen. Yeah. Delicious. Yeah, yeah. Delicious. Delicious. Yeah, yeah. Delicious. 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 Yeah, yeah. Delicious. Have you been go? Tasty. Delicious.
Now I'm going to cover them. And these store very well in the freezer. Like I said, if you want to can it, you could also can them. But these I'm just going to freeze.